Today we want to talk about how Congress is responding to the Zika crisis. One way of looking over this is just to do a search of congressman and Zika. I know that at least one congresswoman is also interested in this subject, and I'll do another search on that. Okay, so first there's two types of things going on. There's just spreading information about Zika, trying to reassure the constituents that things are being done and getting out the information. And that's what we have from Hank Johnson, Thomas J. Rooney, and Vern Buchanan. Then same thing for Mayor de Blasio. And this is what I really want to talk about. Partisan blame for congressional inaction. So we want to really work on that issue. One goal would be to have an identical statement from both presidential campaigns on this subject. And then we would try to bring in the four major congressional leaders and then others from states that are being affected, including Hawaii, Florida, and of course Puerto Rico. Here's the sort of thing you can find on the internet. You can find C-SPAN videos of the Democratic congressional leaders and a few individual congresswomen and congressmen who will speak up on the issues that divide the nation. Now, Rosa DeLauro spoke in this particular occasion, and she did speak for getting on with fighting Zika. Here's what you find on Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro's website. A video that goes through the various issues that are most important to her. It is of some interest that Zika didn't make it to this list of videos, even though I know Rosa DeLauro was concerned about the fact that money from existing NIH programs was switched into the Zika program instead of new monies being allocated. So anyway, that's the sort of thing that she's talking about. So here is a congressman's point of view about the Zika virus. Keep in mind that this virus plus this mosquito species is threatening something like 10,000 pregnancies in Puerto Rico. It's a terribly tragic threat, and it deserves bipartisan action. But anyway, he says, well, Philip Rowe, a former physician, talked about other issues, including the Zika virus. Now in Tennessee, it's not quite as urgent as it is in Florida and in Puerto Rico, but he says, well, Congress passed it and we sent it to the Senate, and the Senate, added additional partisan issues. Now that's what we need to move away from, okay? We need to move away from having partisanship affect this issue. What should be included in the nonpartisan statement? First, the statement should provide independent funding for the Zika crisis, and the statement should exclude all controversial issues. Now, these are other things that I am interested personally and would like to talk to you about. First, it's important that the FDA consider focusing on previous approaches to prophylactic ways to decrease transmission of sexually transmitted viruses. And I have specific ideas about this. The other thing that's very important is that there should be a very intense funding of preclinical studies on the problems that were encountered with the dengue fever vaccines. These issues are called antibody enhancement of the infection, antibody dependent enhancement, ADE. The other thing is, I think this is a chance to really encourage entirely novel technologies. And then those technologies might be applicable even to cancer and other types of issues. So this is important. But the last thing I want to mention is the GMO mosquito approach. In my opinion, it should be delayed because inadvertently the destruction of an entire mosquito species might adversely affect fish that we really want to be abundant because they're controlling mosquito populations. So that's just another issue. Anyway, what I want to say now is that I am very interested in these issues. I've offered my services to 3 Washingtonian people involved in campaigns to be a science advisor. I haven't actually even received a personal response from any of the 3 communications I made. I also wanted to tell you that the issues that I'm talking about down below here on this slide are issues that I have very specific ideas about. And if there were requests for applications on any of these issues, I might well make applications as a small business innovation research grant. Now, if you want to add your own ideas about what the nonpartisan statement should be, and also add your support to both presidential campaigns issuing the same statement and what it should be, please email me at zika.update@gmail.com. That's zika.update, UPDATE, @gmail.com. And I'd really appreciate your comments about what should be in the statement, and also I'd like to encourage you to, if you can, support me through PayPal. If you email me a number that you would be interested in supporting me, I'll send you back an invoice from PayPal. Okay, thanks so much.